Pittsburgh Office of Special Events. And I want to thank you for joining us this evening as we observe Black History Month here at the City Council building. I would like to thank Mike and Jay Bonami for the wonderful music welcoming us here this evening. This year's theme of Pittsburgh Negro League's Hall of Fame celebrates the rich Negro League history in Pittsburgh and how these men helped to break the color barrier, not only in baseball, but in other ways as well. Tonight we welcome University of Pittsburgh's sports historian, Professor Rob Ruck, who contributed from his personal collection many of the things that have photos and memorabilia throughout this display. We'd also like to welcome Lynn Barrow, who is the granddaughter of famous Negro League baseball player Sam Bankman. They will be providing a short presentation on her grandfather's life and career at the close of the opening ceremony. I'd also like to extend a thank you to Pittsburgh Pirates, NegroLeagueHistory.com, Crown Antiques, Rally House, and Carnegie Library, who all provide either items or content for this year's display. We invite everyone here tonight to stay with us and enjoy some food and drink courtesy of first-class caterers while taking a look at the display following our opening remarks. And now, to say a few words on behalf of the city, I'd like to welcome to the podium Mayor Wayne Video.
Thanks for the word. First off, I just want to thank our Parks and Rec crew. They've done an amazing job in not only creating this event, but doing it in a way that is very stylistic. As you're looking around, it is done in a proper way to respect the 100th anniversary of the Negro League. The league was formed in February of 1920, and we'll be celebrating that day as well. But to recognize the importance of the league, Pittsburgh's connection to it, you don't have to look too far. The great grandson of Josh Gibson is with us today, and it's an honor. Thanks, Sean. The display is a celebration for the centennial of the Negro League being founded on February 13th, 1920, and a huge part that Pittsburgh played in its overall success. This display is specifically about the Hall of Fame baseball players that played in Pittsburgh, for either the Homestead Grays or the Pittsburgh Crawfords, or both. Men like Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige, and Cumberland Posey helped to break the color barrier in baseball and progress desegregation as a whole. Just a couple of the facts that I was able to have and just wanted to share. As I stated before, February 13th will be the 100th anniversary of the Negro League, and we'll make a special event of that day to recognize that as well at this display. It's also interesting to note that Josh Gibson played for both the Homestead Grays and the Pittsburgh Crawfords, and is known to this day as the Black Babe Ruth. Cumberland Posey was born in Homestead and played for the team before becoming the manager and eventually the owner. The Grays are considered the most successful team in Negro League history, winning 9 straight pennants from 1937 until 1945. I wish the Pirates could follow them up. But with that, I want to thank the folks who have put this together in recognizing not only Black History Month, but the 100th anniversary of the Negro League. The Negro League Hall of Fame and history is in Kansas City, and it's a proud part of their city's history as well. Congratulations to their football team, but this year we recognize the importance of all American cities that were a part of creating the Negro League of Baseball and the work that that did and has done and continues to do to breaking down the walls of segregation. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, I also want to recognize Council President Teresa Kell Smith, who's with us, and I saw Councilwoman Strasburger as well, who's here as well. Thank you for being a part of this.
writes about sport. Rob Ruck focuses on how people use sport to tell a collective story about who they are to the world. His books include Sandlot Seasons, Sport in Black Pittsburgh, The Tropic of Baseball, Baseball in the Dominican Republic, Rooney, A Sporting Life, and Baseball, How the Major Leagues Colonized the Black and Latin Game. His most recent book is Tropic of Football, The Long and Perilous Journey of Samoans in the NFL. His documentaries, Kings of the Hill, Baseball's Forgotten Men, which will be streaming here in our lobby on the television down at the end of the hall there throughout the month. And The Republic of Baseball, Dominican Giants of the American Game, have both appeared on PBS. He was a voting member of the 2006 committee that voted 18 Negro League ball players from the Caribbean into the Hall of Fame. Now, without further ado, Professor Ruck.
During the half-century that baseball was divided by a color line, Black America created its own sporting world. Its teams played on city sandlots and country fields, the best teams barnstorming their way across the country. Their golden age began a century ago, when teams from Chicago, Kansas City, and 6 other cities formed the Negro National League. Jump-starting 3 decades of stellar play, Negro League baseball knit together Black America after the Great Migration north. It affirmed Black competence and grace, forging a collective identity that brought together Northern-born Blacks and their Southern brethren. And though the major leagues were segregated from the 1890s until 1947, these teams showcased interracial play on a level playing field in countless communities. After World War II, Jackie Robinson jumped over baseball's racial divide, and the Negro Leagues were sacrificed on the altar of integration. While integration, baseball's great experiment, was a resounding success on the field, at the box office, and in changing race relations, Black America lost control over its own sporting life. Ball players who came of age in the Negro Leagues constituted the greatest burst of talent that Major League Baseball had yet to hit. But when they retired, the number of Black players fell, and baseball lost its grip on Black America. Given the injustices of the 1890s, segregation, the Klan, lynching, a concerted effort to deny African Americans the vote, Plessy versus Ferguson, exclusion from Major League Baseball was hardly the most grievous injury African Americans suffered, but it mattered. Their absence stigmatized African Americans, denying them the chance to participate in a very visible arena in which citizenship was defined for European immigrants. By then, the sandlots were Americanizations of baptismal fount, a meritocracy where performance mattered more than class or nationality. Sons of immigrants, John McGraw, Hannes Wagner, Joe DiMaggio, who made the majors, were acclaimed. But African Americans were absent from the majors, and most whites assumed that was because they simply weren't good enough. That reinforced the prevailing beliefs that African Americans were inferior, both athletically and intellectually. The rap then weak abdominal muscles, lacking endurance, prone to crack under stress. The Negro Leagues proved otherwise. On February 13, 1920, Boone Foster brought together a number of Black club owners at the Paseo YMCA in Kansas City to organize the Negro National League. A star pitcher who owned the Chicago American Giants, Foster was a race man, infused with the new Negro consciousness of the times. Northern black communities were exploding in size, and Foster saw the commercial potential. Its players enjoyed higher salaries than most black workers. The players traveled in Pullman cars, finessing some of segregation's indignities. Black newspapers trumpeted their exploits, so did some white papers. The Negro League's ascent, however, was cut short when Foster was incapacitated by a gas leak, and the league succumbed during the Great Depression, only to be reformed in Pittsburgh in 1933. With Cool Papa Bell flying around the base paths, Josh Gibson hitting balls further than anybody had ever seen before, and Satchel fielders to sit down, walking the bases loaded on purpose, and striking out the sign. Pittsburgh was the crossroads of the black baseball world that stretched into the Caribbean. Pittsburgh sat along east-west rail lines. Every black speaker or club played Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's two clubs, the Homestead Grays and Pittsburgh Crawfords, won over a dozen Negro League championships. 7 of the first 11 Negro Leaguers inducted into the Hall of Fame played for both or one of those two teams. Others, most notably, companies who follow. Posey, of course, is the only person in both baseball and basketball's Halls of Fame. The Grays were formed by skilled workers at the Homestead Works. They became the best black team in the region and then one of the best teams, white or black, in the country. As Mayor Peduto said, their streak of 9 consecutive Negro League championships beginning in 1937 was probably unequaled in American professional sport. The Crawfords were formed by the sons of the Great Migration, boys who came up from the Deep South. They took their name from the Crawford bathhouse on the hill, where European and African American newcomers to the city got some help adjusting to urban life. After numbers baron Gus Greenlee took them on, he reformed the Negro National League and built Greenlee Field on the hill for them to play. They might not have lasted as long as the Grays, but their 1935 club with 5 Hall of Famers, Oscar Charleston, Judy Johnson, Cool Papa Bell, Satchel Paige, and Josh, was probably the best thing ever. Baseball wasn't just a way to enjoy a summer day. It became central to Black America's story. The very best Pittsburgh-born author John Lyman observed, who not only competed amongst themselves and put on a good show, but who would go out and compete against their white contemporaries and beat the stuffing out of them, produced in the folk stories that are better than winning, in which the exploits get exaggerated and faded. All that was very important, particularly at a time in America when race relations were at their nadir. But World War II was a catalyst to racial change. And in 1947, the Major Leagues grudgingly integrated. For baseball, no moment was more transformative than Jackie Robinson's arrival. He paved the way for African Americans and darker-skinned Latinos who reshaped the game, providing its most iconic figures, winning disproportionate numbers of individual awards, empowering many championship teams. Integration, however, destroyed the Negro Leagues, taking their best young players, Willie Mays, Roy Campanella, Henry Aaron, Ernie Banks, and their fans, while television and suburbanization laid waste to sandlot ball. Black teams, managers, and owners disappeared. Baseball's integration did not occur in an optimal fashion. Major League Baseball never considered incorporating the Negro Leagues. They didn't even answer Negro League owners who requested that they could become a high minor league. like black newspapers, colleges, and businesses. I think a lot was lost when the Negro Leagues went belly up, John Wiley said. After all, this is supposed to be a culture of diversity. And losing institutions that have that long a life and play that crucial role in the community is very worrisome. Integration has become a very bold choice for black people. Do it our way, come on board, and we have forgotten that James Weldon posed the question, should we integrate into a burning house? As you know, August Wilson set his play Fences about a garbage man, a ball player who became a garbage man on the hill. If you are all together standing outside the doors of American society, white American society, and you cannot participate in this society, then there's a certain strengthening in who you are as a people, he stressed. Baseball gave you a sense of belonging. At those games, Wilson said, the umpire ain't white, it's a black umpire. The owner ain't white, nobody's white. This is our thing, and I think it's important to transfer that over into the community, and we have our everything. Until integration, then we don't have our nothing. Major League Baseball benefited from the talent cultivated in the Negro Leagues and our black salaries. But when those leagues crumbled, prospective black professionals were forced to go into the minor leagues, often in inhospitable southern venues. After peaking in the late 1970s, the percentage of black major leaguers plummeted. They comprise about 8% of rosters today. The reasons are complex, including college and football scholarships, the decline in two-family households, the increasing cost of youth baseball. But the disappearance of black-controlled leagues and an infrastructure in which one can come up might be the critical factor. Now, African Americans are the black sporting opportunities. If anything, sport holds too much sway in black communities, diverting attention from vocational and educational alternatives. Nor do black communities need the Negro Leagues to promote the cohesion and collective self-esteem they once provided, or the energy that Jackie Robinson generated. Major League Baseball has more at stake, including its image as a democratic, inclusive sport. The story of African American baseball has been portrayed as a tale of shameful exclusion and redemptive integration. Segregation is certainly shameful, especially for a sport invested in its own rhetoric of democracy. But for African Americans, integration is painful. Although long overdue and a catalyst to social change, integration cost the black community control over its sporting life. It changed the meaning of sport, and not necessarily for the better. We're here tonight to celebrate how African Americans showcased sport at its best, despite segregation. At a time when democracy is under attack by authoritarian opportunists from Hungary to Brazil to Moscow to the White House, it's important to remember that sport is often one of the most democratic arenas in society. And though this nation is at a crossroads, with white supremacists emboldened by the president who counts on their support, we will never return to segregated sport. In a city that used sport to tell its story to the world, African Americans have been, are, and will forever be at the central of that story. And the spirit of the Negro Leagues endures, sustained by the Josh Gibson Foundation, which uses sport to build social capital, the Heinz History Center Sport History Museum, and efforts like this that embrace our past. In 1988, when the Pittsburgh Pirates became the first team in Major League Baseball to apologize to and celebrate the Negro Leagues, Commissioner Bart Giamatti said, "We must never lose sight of our history, insofar as it is ugly, never to repeat it, and insofar as it's glorious, cherish it." Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. At this time, I'd like to thank you all for being here and participating in this evening's opening reception. A special thank you to Mayor Pinto for joining us as well. I'd once again like to thank Professor Ruck for his contributions to this exhibit. And I'd also like to give special thanks to the Office of Special Events staff members who put all this together, doing all the research, putting this display that you see here today together. Teresa, Brandon, Emily, Jen, and Beth, thank you for your hard work on this exhibit. And now I'd also like to invite everyone to stay with us a little longer, enjoy some food and drink, and stay for Lynn Barrow, who's going to do a presentation on her grandfather, Sam Bankhead, and his incredible journey through the Negro Leagues while we enjoy the refreshments and take a look at the exhibit around here with you. We'll also have Michael J. Rinaldi back for some more music as we close out the evening. So thank you again for attending. Drive safe. Have a wonderful evening.
Hi, I'm Lynn Barrow. My grandfather, Sam Bankhead, who was a Homestead Graig and a Pittsburgh Crawford. He also played in many teams in Cuba, Dominican Republic, Panama, and some other places that I can't remember off the top of my head. He and his teammates, which included Paul Papa Bell, Satchel Paige, and others, traveled, hung together, played together, and it was, according to my mother, a very family, like a big family. They were all buddies, and they all had each other's back. So besides being like sports players, they were also very, very good friends and family members. So my grandfather, he was a very, according to my mother, larger-than-life person, and unfortunately, he had his last, I think, baseball job in the 50s when he went to Montreal and became a baseball manager. According to what I've read, he was the first black baseball manager for a white baseball team. Canada didn't care. So when he came back to the States, he couldn't get a job, and he became a garbage man, which wasn't considered a good job. The pay was really well. He loved it. He would bring home things that he found to my grandmother when she was like, "Get that out of my house." And yeah, so unlike what many may think, like him becoming a garbage man, my grandfather didn't care because he had a job and it paid well. As far as baseball was concerned, they enjoyed playing, and from what I was told, they didn't want to integrate. They were happy the way they were. They were happy keeping the teams the way they were. They were happy as being black men playing black baseball and not putting up with things that are associated with segregation, negative things. So contrary to what people may believe or think, they were happy as the way they were.
So today's a great day for the city of Pittsburgh to honor the Negro Leagues, Pittsburgh Crawfords, and Homestead Graig. The city of Pittsburgh had two of the greatest teams here right here, the Homestead Graigs and the Pittsburgh Crawfords, that John Stewart played for both teams. So to be able to have this exhibit here in the city county building is a great honor for people to see their history, not only Josh, but the Graig and the Crawfords. Well, I think the most important thing is because they had two of the greatest teams. As the mayor said earlier, the Homestead Graigs had 9 finishes in a row from 1937 to 1945. So, and then the Pittsburgh Crawfords had one of the greatest baseball teams ever, the 1935 team that had 5 Hall of Famers on that team, including Josh Gibson and Satchel Paige. So for us to be able to celebrate this here in the city and having the two greatest teams, it's a great honor to be here. Yeah, so this year we'll be celebrating something this year, starting off February 13th, is the actual founding day of the Negro Leagues. We'll be having an event at the Heinz History Center with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Heinz History Center, and the Carnegie Museum. And then in June 26th and June 28th, we're part of the City of Pittsburgh Housing Authority for the Josh Gibson Youth Classic. All the teams will wear Negro League uniforms. They we'll wrap up our final event on October 16th and October 17th with the Josh Gibson Symposium in the Josh Gibson Gate. And for more information about our events, go to the Josh Gibson website, www.joshgibson.org.